We had a little of you seeing some emotions and now really for some seconds, that's all.
Who's everything?
All of the videos?
Don't do this. Take a look at me. I don't think you're ever gonna change.
At least it's the best way he could deal with the situation. No sound, not any music, nothing during all of that scene. You want to protect him. He's gonna die, don't you think he's gonna die? Oh, that's great! I didn't see it! I was too... He's terrified. He's just a kid. With Lexi later, you want to kill me? Help him! Don't him! Help him! He's hurt!
He's down!
I'm so sorry. Ah, he's gonna see you being killed. It's... We knew it was gonna happen, but like that. And Ash, you know, was just a kid, he was terrified. All of his life was.
This is a scene that scars her forever.
That's the scene who scars you also forever. We're still watching the play, you know, like, listen to the music, it's the tragedy. You make the transfer.
I watched you die. All I could think about was how none of it felt real. It was so quiet. I wasn't present. I wasn't actually there. I was just watching it. What if the reason it felt like a movie was because I wanted to believe that losing you...
For sure he's gonna be arrested, like, the drugs, the guns, not the murders, at least.
All I would have to do is close my eyes.
Again, that sentence again.
And we'd be together. You said that memories exist outside of time. You said as long as I live, you'll be with me forever. I miss you, Dad. I miss you till I close my eyes.
Please. You know what Lexi said, what Faith said to Lexi, that sometimes it's good for people to have their feelings hurt. Can it be possible for you?
I thought your play was really beautiful. You might be the only one who thinks that. Cool, can I maybe come over?
The reason of that friendship?
Alright, I never seen the 5 little babies together, so we're gonna take a photo, okay?
At the funeral?
I think your play was the first time I was ever looking at my life and not hating myself for everything I've done.
That's great.
I don't know, I think I've been through a lot. I don't know what to do with it. But you've been through a lot and you know what to do with it. I don't know about that. Yeah, Lex, look what you made. I don't know how to get to where you are.
Everyone has his or her own risk. You're gonna get
I
rich.
just want you to know that seeing you meant the world to me. Do you think about your job? Me too. I had so much to learn from him still, you know? I was like, I'm really angry about it. I was kind of relieved when he stopped showing up. I was so worried something bad was gonna happen. And now, every time the phone rings, it's like, you figured it out. You fucking figured it out.
She's proud of you.
My dad died, everybody would tell me that. He died for a reason. Oh, that shit used to piss me off.
Ah, I can understand that.
I think what they're actually saying is that you gotta give it a reason. I can't hold on to it forever.
Zendaya is amazing, but this show is amazing. You don't need music, string, moments like that. Just the lines, the story, the characters, it's enough too.
It's too much. I promise you it's not all his fault. I'm pretty sure he wakes up every day and thinks I'm gonna be better for her. I'm gonna be there for her. That's also the problem, because he only wants to be better for you.
It's what she felt with Jules, but for you to say it, to know it, to say
He loves you
it,
a
to
lot more than he loves himself.
her. All girls. You want that after your play? No, it happened. She read her play and it happened. Right? Or at least she saw that and she wants that to be true also, right?
What's funny? They broke up with me before I even went on that stage. Don't worry. This is just the beginning.
Of him taking you, dumping you, taking you, dumping you. Cassie, you're empty. There is no soul in you anymore, like. That's the best she could give to Cassie. I'm okay with it. Jules, you were really not into that play. You don't exist in Lexi's life.
Probably still really angry at me. But I just wanted to tell you that I love you and I miss you so much.
After all of what you said to her, she's still there, she still loves you. She's not ready, give her some time, like. I know we can't ask Jules to wait for that long, but I hope that she will. But it's torture, you know, for her, it's not fair also, like.
Jules was my first love. I like to remember it that way.
No!
I know it wasn't easy for her. I hope she forgives me. I stayed clean through the rest of the school year. I wish I could say that was a decision I made.
What after
In
that?
some ways, it was just easier. I don't know if this feeling will last forever. But I am trying. Hey, Lord, you know I'm trying. You know I'm trying.
Sam Levinson, you're a genius, but I'm exhausted by your talent and all of the emotions that you're making me live. All of the emotions, like really, we have all of the emotions into this episode. Yes, I need a tissue, you know me. Why? I didn't prepare one. I'm gonna put a full action part for this episode on my Patreon, be sure of it. That's gonna be a long video, but I think that you can understand that I'm gonna put it because that episode was amazing. Like I said, we had all of the emotions possible into this world, like we lost, we were sad, we had people angry, people mad, people crazy, revenge, hate, love, a lot of love, death, mourning, people. And it was so well done because with the realization also with how it was filmed, it was not like the regular episodes of Euphoria, you know, that Euphoria mood, you know, all of these big musics that we can have during some moments. Here, when we had big musics, it was musics in fact to print the mood of is it a play of it's a tragedy play, like we're into the second act of Lexi's play, so we're into the tragic part with dramatic stuff happening, so the music was really there to amplify that, but for all of the rest of the time it was only silence, you know, no music, you know, for the environment, and maybe at some point some of them, but it was vibration, you know, it was not really music, it was really to let the place to the emotions, to the lines, and to the character, and to the casting, really making all of these scenes amazing, to let them play, to let them do their stuff, and it's enough. You don't need to put big music during these moments, you don't need to amplify these emotions with anything, because the work of the casting on itself, it's enough and it's well done because it's well played for sure. I'm talking about Zendaya for sure, but all of them were great, were at the right level, and sometimes even more than what we could expect from good actors and actresses. It's enough and it's amazing just for themselves what they are doing, because it's good stories, because it's good lines, because it's good characters, because we know their emotions, we know them, their backgrounds, their reasons, so we are with them and we understand them. Even if we can't agree with all of them, we understand them, we are following them, we're proud of them, we're mad at them, we're sad for them, we're living their emotions, but we have also our own emotions for them, you know. I'm exhausted. All of these emotions, you know that I'm an emotional person, so to live all of these emotions, it's... This discussion between Lexi and Rue happened, okay? It happened. And if it didn't happen, it happened on stage, which means that it was what Lexi wanted, which means that it's what Rue watched, and they both appreciated that, wanted that. Even if it didn't happen, they wanted it and they appreciated it. So it happened in the way. Do you understand what I mean? It doesn't matter for me, it happened in real life or not. And we need that friendship again, because we didn't see it really happening. It was destroyed before us meeting these characters. So I'm glad that it's gonna happen really. So I would be glad if it's gonna come back. But what Rue said at the end, the fact that she was sober during 1 year, which means that at some point she's gonna break again. The fact that Jules was her first true love, but they were not good for each other. I said that a lot, you know, that I was shipping them, their love was beautiful, I love these two characters and I loved their love, but the relationship on itself was not great, and right now, into that time, they were not good to each other. I said it, but I thought that at some point they could be good for each other. But you know that moment with Jules saying that she still loves Rue, and Rue kissing her and then leaving. I said myself that maybe we can't ask that, you know, to Jules, to wait for Rue to be better, to come back. Maybe we can't ask that. And what Rue is saying after that, it's maybe that, in fact, it's not gonna happen because Rue, she doesn't want that neither. And what she said also to Lexi on the stage, the fact that you can't be better, go better only for one person, you can't put that responsibility on someone. And also, if you're doing that, you're doing it for the wrong reason. Still, for me, it means that they can't be together for now, for sure. It wouldn't be great, but at some point, well, I don't know. Did they announce already that we're gonna have a season 3? I really hope so. Because this episode, you know, is closing a lot of stuff, so they can almost tell us that it's the end. You know, if they are deciding that this is the end, it can work. For the characters, for the story, it can work, it can be enough. But at the same time, we have all of these characters and they are still dealing with their stuff, like into life. Not all of the issues that we have in life are resolved just like that for once and for all. So it's going also with that idea. Tell me if they already promised a new season or not. Cassie, she went insane. That was funny but also weird and scary. And Maddie dealing with that situation, trying to stop her, going violent like that. But after that, to find these two, these three, these four, I don't know for the other girl, these three in the bathroom at the end, it's really like, it's over. I don't have anything else to say. We said what we had to say, or maybe more. No, they didn't talk, but that's it. That's over. Cassie, you did your stuff, now you're gonna live with that. You know, when she's saying this is just the beginning, you know, when Maddie is saying this is just the beginning, it's implying so many stuff. It's going for that, you know, this is just the beginning for you being dumped by Nate and him taking you back. This is just the beginning of that story. Maybe this is just the beginning of you against me. Like, it can promise so many things for the next season. It's a door open, you know. But at the same time, it's a closure. We needed that confrontation between these two. Cassie, she's so lost, she's so empty, like we can see it. I said it during the episode, like she has no soul anymore. And I'm seeing it since the beginning of the season. She lost herself little by little. Her boyfriend, her dignity, her best friends, her identity, you know, with all of the situation to seduce Nate. After that, everything which was left of her, because she gave it to Nate, she's no one anymore, she's nothing anymore. She is empty. The girl needs to rebuild herself. Nate, is he gonna let her do that? That's another question. Because the guy was humiliated in front of everyone, so how is he gonna deal with the situation? I really thought that he was going crazy, you know, with that gun threatening his dad like that. But he did the right thing. It's the best thing, in fact, that he could do with that situation with his father, which was blocked, like he was tired of protecting him. That's what he said. I'm not gonna say if he's right or not, but that's what he said. And he wanted to end that situation. So as a closure for that situation, for me, it's the best decision to take. I don't know if you're feeling the same or not, but coming from Nate, we could have expected really worse than that. Your dad did bad stuff, you told it to the cops, your dad is being arrested, you didn't do anything wrong to your dad, you had a conversation with him before the end. Hey, from Nate, we can't expect more, and we could have expected worse, so good, really good. The fact that they put that scene at the time that we all wanted news from Fez, really a bad decision, because at first I couldn't care less about Nate. At the end it's a good scene, it's a good idea, but first I was like, why should I care? Fez, I love the situation with Fez. I love the fact that Faye told him to shut up, told him what was going on. It was trying to deal with the situation, Fez, but Ash, impulsive Ash, intervened, killed the guy. Fez wanted to take the blame. The fact that he wanted it, what it could have meant for him, it killed me during that moment. I really thought that Ash was accepting it, you know, that he wanted to live with the drugs and all, so Fez wouldn't be caught for that at least. But no, in fact, he was taking everything, so he would be caught for everything, for the guns, for the drugs, for killing these guys. But if you are considering Ash's life, we saw him, you know, his life through Fez episode when we discovered that he came right there as a baby. He was raised into that environment because his mom left him there, like she never came back for him. Maybe he always was like, maybe she's gonna come back someday. He was took into this life, you know, with the drug deal and all. He considered Fez as a brother. He was just a kid, and we saw that at the end he was terrified. He didn't know what to do else, but he didn't want his brother to take the blame for him. And he wanted to defend himself because he learned how to defend himself. But he learned how to defend himself, and he did that each time because he was scared. He was a kid who was terrified, like... It's making me so sad for Ash. And for sure that moment was awful. The fact that it lasted for so long, that was on purpose to show us how it's happening in reality, like it's taking that long, and it's awful because we all knew that he would die, and everyone into that room was just waiting for it to happen and how it was gonna happen. Ash decided to take someone with him before leaving, but also before dying he had a look, you know, with his brother, with Fez, knowing that he would die, being terrified by it. At the same time he saw that Fez was hurt. Oh, Ash. And Fez saw that and couldn't intervene, was just on the floor screaming his name. I'm afraid for Fez, you know, during the next season, during the future. He was arrested for guns, drugs, stuff like that, so he's gonna have to deal with a justice situation, which is in a way logical, and like I said before, which can be a closure in fact for his character. If we have only that season, nothing else after that, it can be a closure and a logical one. He's a drug dealer, so to be arrested at some point, like, it's also a logical end for him. But imagine for Fez, he's arrested, he's gonna have to deal with justice. He just lost his brother, the last member of his family, like, really. He couldn't go to Lexi's place, but right there, like, I really don't think that it was the important thing for him. But when he's gonna come out, you know, of jail, something like that, what is gonna happen for Fez? What can be your identity, Fez? Like, you can really change, but can you really, after all of what you lived? You know, he doesn't have his brother to protect, and we saw that Fez did all of that during these years because she taught him to do that, and he continued to do that because he needed to protect his family in a way. So what Fez can do after that can be interesting to follow. I wish that we're gonna see that. I think that we're gonna have a time jump, in fact, now that I think about it, between season 2 and season 3. I'm voting for a time jump, which could explain why Rue was saying that at the end, you know, I was sober during an entire year, Jules was my first love. Ooh, maybe it's gonna be that. Maybe we're gonna have a time jump, a big one, between season 2 and season 3, like a 1 year or 2 years time jump, maybe without Jules' character anymore. And it could go well with what Ruth said, with the situation with Fez. with letting the time also for Nate maybe to change. Maybe what he did right there with his father, that was the beginning of it. Ah, I think so. I think that we're gonna have a time jump. A big one between seasons. At least if we have a season 3, they prepared it for that. They wrote it, you know, thinking of that also. That was a great episode. Like I said, a lot of emotions, all of them. How it was done, played and filmed, so great. Pure, you know, pure emotions, because nothing used to amplify stuff, to push stuff, and no. On point, all along. So cool. Such a cool, great, amazing last episode for the season. And again, they can make it the last one, in my opinion. But they opened a lot of doors for a new one. And if we have a new one, a big time jump, in my opinion. To deal with situations right, and they introduced that with Rue. Okay, I'm gonna end this video right now, because right now I'm gonna watch one episode of Peaky Blinders. Oh, I need maybe to calm a little my emotions before that. The situation with Peaky Blinders, I don't know if I say it in intro. I'm gonna watch it when each episode is gonna be out. So people are gonna have it on Patreon each Tuesday for sure, but on YouTube I don't know how I'm gonna be able to deal with the situation or not. Last season it was hell. All of my videos were blocked each time, no matter what. I tried a lot of different things, it didn't work. And it was working only when the show was on Netflix. So maybe it's gonna be the same right there this year. I'm gonna try, but maybe I'm just gonna post these reaction videos on my Patreon and you'll have to wait 1 month or something like that to have them on YouTube. Okay, it's all for you and for me for Euphoria, the season 2. Tell me, what did you think of it? In my opinion, it was great. So it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Great.